Hi there, this is Yeko221 back here with another continuation of Alma's story. Just a warning guys, this was pre-recorded before I went to dual audio, so the audio quality is also in this video going to be pretty meh. Rain sounds like bathwater. Thankfully I don't think there is rain. It's just gonna sound a little off, but it is an important video if you want to kind of know a lot, especially a lot of the background of Alma and kind of why she is how she is. Just going to warn you guys, there is a lot of dialogue in this specific video. This is part 1 of part 2 out of this little adventure of Alma and her new friend here. So I would say please watch it. It's great. The other role player is amazing, and I think it's quite wholesome actually. So I hope you do watch it. Part 2 of this will come out shortly after. That way you guys can see where this journey leads them to. What the fuck? Is this a sieve? Oh my god, it's fucking... That looks like fucking Zeke, which is someone Tia knows. Holy crap, you're really good!
Oh, hi.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. It's hi.
I was just listening to it.
Oh, I'm not that good.
You're really good. Oh my god, he's
I only
so
know like a few of the more common pieces. I haven't seen you around. I'm sorry. You caught me off guard. My name is Ezekiel Miller. That's probably should be forthright.
My name's Alma. I'm usually in Valentine, which is a town that way, but today I'm on a journey, so.
Oh, where are you heading to, if I may ask?
I was gonna go back to my family farm and see if my parents were back.
Oh, is it close by to Blackwater?
It's near, it's in the desert, but it's really far. What's the direction?
I have a map. If that would help.
I can't read. Maybe I can point it out, but I can't read.
Oh, it's well, it's my map, and I can probably help. Maybe we'll give it a shot. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, so.
Alright, he removes the rolled up map for the shadows on the counter.
You said desert.
Gets on her tiptoes
which
to
is
see
I
it
can assume is near New Austin.
It's
So if let's see. Let's see. I've been down to New Austin. Is there spiky plants there? Like spiky, kind of like.
It's near a train station. I remember it being nearby, but it's like a little far away from a big town. It takes a day or two to get there. It's close to water, like a river.
Okay.
It almost what's this word?
That's armadillo. Like the let's see. I've seen an armadillo. It's a town, but it's named after like a little like rat tortoise thing. It's oh my
A rat
gosh.
tortoise. Okay, that's what an
Um,
armadillo is officially.
have you ever heard of a town called Armadillo?
Yeah, I passed through it. I think.
Okay.
It's not there.
Okay, it's past Armadillo.
It's what is this word? Tumbleweed.
That's tumbleweed, which is named after like a dead plant that rolls across the ground.
Oh my.
That's pretty far.
Oh,
in the desert.
I'm pretty sure that's the nearby town. We were south of it.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. There is a post
gosh.
office called Benedict Point, and there is a river.
Oh yes, that's it.
Okay.
It's nearby there.
Okay. As you can see, if
What's he doing?
see, there's a little bit of water there too. Is it?
I think so. Yes, that's it.
Okay.
We had a farm and we had cows and I had Jake, my horse, who I hope he's out there. He's a little scared of storms, which we just had one a little bit ago, but
Now, that's why are you so far away from home? I mean, that's a pretty long distance, if I may say so.
Oh, my dad wanted me to go to Valentine to sell Jake. So I had to, even though he's my best friend, and I came back. Some nice man took me back, and they were gone. So I went back to Valentine, and I've been waiting.
I see. Okay. Well.
But you would think maybe they'd come and pick me up, and they haven't. So maybe they moved back.
Possibly. I mean, I don't think. You said some people took you to Valentine, not your parents.
No. I went to Valentine with Jake and sold them because they told me to, and then someone nice took me on a cart back. But then there was no one left at the farm.
Oh. Oh, that's oh dear.
That's sad. Oh my god. So I thought maybe if I go back to Valentine they would pick me up, but I haven't seen them. Looking conflicted. Aww. Is he gonna try to help, I wonder?
You wouldn't happen to know if they had like another place like any sort of family outside of Tumbleweed?
No, I had my grandfather, but he passed away a few years ago. So I figured today I was going to try to go back and see if they came back. But I don't know.
Well, tell you what, I've actually been missing a friend for a good few weeks, and I left her. Well, I took her to Tumbleweed.
Oh.
Because she was trying to find her own family at a ranch, and I've been meaning to look for her myself.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna help. That's awesome.
Tell you what, I will. How about I have a horse, and he's a good one. He's pretty large. He can probably hold both of us if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, but I should take Jake in case.
Oh,
right?
oh, you have Jake? I thought you sold him.
Oh no, there was these nice people I met. Well, one was named Gracie, and the other, Ed something. They helped me buy back Jake, and now they're gone, and I don't know where they went to, or anything like that.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, sure. Go ahead and call for Jake, and I'm gonna go to the bank and probably buy us some water and such, if because it's the desert.
Oh, I just bought some water, so I've got water.
Okay. I still have some water on myself. But sure. I had planned on going down there. But I don't like going there by myself because there are, you know, there are bandits and such and so forth there that tend to roam.
Oh, are they good people or?
Well,
No.
some can be. You.
I love how he stutters too. This is amazing.
Bandits tend to be mean towards people that look like they have a lot of goods, like supplies and so on and so forth. I don't think they would bother two people.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't have anything, anyways, for them to take, so.
And I don't look that assuming. I guess I don't know.
Oh, well, do you have like a gun or?
I do. I
so you can protect us.
from wildlife, yes. I can scare those away. I would prefer to run away from them because I don't like shooting them unless I'm hunting, which is few and far between. But I like I said, I can try my best.
Okay, I don't know how to use a gun, and I really don't want to hurt anybody, so...
Yeah, no, okay, so... I'm gonna be... Sometimes, from my own experience, if I may, sometimes a gun can make things worse than they are better. That's why I tend to hide mine, because I don't want, like, showing it off all the time. So it's not important to learn how to shoot unless you know, unless you have the means to protect yourself.
Oh,
but
I'm really fast, so is that good?
Yes, that's very. Like I said, I like to run myself. I like to run myself, but
I love how pathetic he is.
I acquired a pistol because of a friend of mine taught me how to shoot, and I got one so I can give him back his, because his was his stepfather's revolver, and I didn't want to lose it. But he didn't feel comfortable taking it back unless I had my own. I was kind of in a pickle. But like I said, I need to try to find my friend. So, and if I can help you find the ranch, then I guess it's two birds with one stone.
Oh, well, what's your friend's name?
Her name is Earlith Briar.
Yeah, that's a very big name.
It is. You can call her Miss Briar, like a thorn bush, like a briar, like a thorn.
I don't know what that is.
So have you ever come across a plant that had like a really sharp point?
Oh, there's many plants like that in the desert. Mm-hmm. Like there's these ones that you can cut open and get water, but when you touch it, it pricks you and it hurts, and I don't like it. So
a briar is more like a bush than an actual plant. I'm sure you've come across bushes. It's a spiky bush. It's a briar patch.
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay. So you don't know how to read maps, right?
I remember pictures, but my dad never wanted me to read or write, so I can't really do anything there.
Well, how about this? I can go to the general store and procure I'm horrible with words. I can get you a map. Is what I'm attempting to say, and I can make you a compass.
Oh, I've got a map. Look, this is my map that my grandfather gave me, and I guess half of it is missing, but it helped me get to Valentine.
Okay. So what I can do is I can. This is sentimental, so I can use this map if you'd like. I can. So, a compass is several things, but a compass on a map is essentially, in a more layman's terms, is a doodle. And essentially, if you know what doodle means, you know what it means in a different context. So, like, say I like I said, if the town of Tumbleweed, I can draw like little squiggles of the actual tumbleweed, and if you know what that looks like, you know what it's called, and you now know what tumbleweed is. That makes sense?
Oh yeah, that sounds really good.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, charcoal.
So
and
we already know that tumbleweed is the tumbleweed, and armadillo is that little, you know, you've seen it. Have you seen an armadillo? Kind of like that little. It's kind of like a little.
Yeah, I think we ate some of them. They're really good. They have a back that's really hard to eat, so we just throw it away.
You don't use it like a bowl? I can imagine it can be used like a bowl.
Whoa, that actually sounds. Wow. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. That I never thought.
I mean, better than a hat. Don't actually use it as a hat. That would look really odd.
Oh, I've got a hat already.
Very true.
He smiles softly before lightly etching a tumbleweed and an armadillo.
So you can kind of see the rivers are kind of blue tinted, but this is such a tarnished map. What, in your mind, what would a water be to you?
Probably like two lines, maybe. Like but they form a almost like a squiggle, I guess is the word.
Oh, like almost like a curvy line.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? How about three curvy lines?
Oh, okay. Oh my god, it's so cute.
So
make three curved lines where he sees any rivers, so then makes
the little circle that I've made are not rivers, but those, like, you know, those when you come across water, but it's in its own place, like a lake.
Oh yeah, I know what a lake is.
Okay, well that's the circle on this map now is the symbol for water and the little circle around it, so you know it's not a river but a pond or a lake.
He's probably doing this pond here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So now,
what is that circle then?
Well, like I said, if it's the circle that I made was just to show you that it's not a flowing water; it's a pond.
Oh.
The closest one is called Lake Don Julio, which is
Don Julio.
I don't know how to even write that. My purpose is if, say, you know where you are in a way, you know which direction a pond or a river would be. Like, see, if I point to Tumbleweed and you can go down, you know that a river is down south, and then you can assume that a post office is there. And you know what? I'm going to make a little square for post offices. Is that okay?
Oh.
So does that look like so that looks like almost like a piece of paper, right?
Well, that's what they're saying.
You know what? I can even do this.
Oh, okay. Makes jagged lines inside the rectangle like a scribbled word.
Is that better?
Oh, yes. I've seen something similar to it means letter.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to use that symbol for any kind of post
I
offices. So like Benedict Point, which is near your farm. So I'll tell you what. when we get to Benedict Point, we'll find something that reminds you of that place, and then I'll sketch it then.
Aw.
How's that sound?
Okay.
But right now, I'm trying to find something that's like a general purpose, like for the towns they are like landmarks, which are essentially things that you know are there and things are around them. Like say, like you know where Valentine is, and you kind of know where things are around Valentine. So, like I said, I'm trying to make it more simple so it's easier to remember. And then what I'm going to do is this. If I just...
He goes to the corner of the right.
This is mostly for people who may be helping you. But you can also start learning how to almost read in a way. So basically, I've redrawn little tumbleweed in this small little box. So you know, tumbleweed is tumbleweed, armadillo is armadillo. The swirls are a river. The swirls and a circle is a pond. And now the little letter means post office. So when you see these letters again, you can essentially imagine, you can actually look at your map to see what the symbol means.
Oh, okay.
It's like matching. Like say
so
you come across a building that says post office on it, you can look at your map and you'll see the same matching words. You don't have to know exactly what it means, but if it looks the same, you can kind of assume by the little drawing that I've made that it's a post office in your own head.
Oh, I think I understand. So that sounds good.
Again, this is mostly for people who may be helping you, just so they don't see these doodles and think that you drew on them without purpose. Because there is a purpose. I may be overthinking things, but
no,
you know.
he's doing actually exactly what that totally makes sense for Alma.
Also, I never caught your name, by the way.
Oh, my name's Alma Finch.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Miss Finch.
Nice to meet you too. What was your name?
Oh, Ezekiel Miller. But most refer to me as Zeke.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Some of the yokels don't like my hat, and they get kind of aggressive.
Is it because it's a woman's hat?
It's not a woman's hat. Okay.
I made this joke with Tegan. I hope I can meet him again with a different character.
There's plenty of men in Santanita that wears this hat. It's fashionable. Never mind.
Oh, it looks good on you though.
Oh, thank you, Miss Finch.
I'm dying, dude. I'm gonna make this as I really hope I meet him on a different character again and just make fun of his hat.
Do you want to try heading out now, or?
Oh, okay. Let me just go outside my head really quick.
I'm gonna check my I'm actually gonna go to the post office near here and check something real quick. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'll go over actually when I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, this is Jake. He's a really nice horse, but he doesn't like loud sounds. Oh, no.
It's okay. I don't think he's just used to me. It's fine.
He's sometimes scared of people. Because my dad liked to kind of hit him and make him work really hard, and he even has some burns on him because I don't know. My dad said that fire made animals work harder. So.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Oh.
He seems nice though.
Yeah, I think he likes you.
I used to have a horse like this,
cute.
actually.
Oh.
His name was Edward, but he was very spry, despite, being quite old.
Oh yeah, Jake is like maybe 23, 20, 24. I knew him since I was really small.
I'm sure he's still spry as a whistle though, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my horse. He's right over there.
Okay. Jake is really strong, but he might need some rest a few times.
That's fine. We'll just go slow, okay?
Okay, your horse is really pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's what is that? That's a bear.
Is it?
Oh, Jake doesn't like bears.
No, neither does Orchid. Okay, we're gonna go around him. It's just a little cub, I think.
Oh, looks like a yeah. He's running away. It's a black bear. They all run away, but oh, that's really nice whistling. My grandfather said if somebody whistles, it means they're really happy. I think that's kind of true.
I can
actually.
imagine that. Well, also humming. I can imagine humming also means that someone's in a pleasant mood.
Oh, what's that?
Humming is when you sing with your mouth closed, like.
Oh my god,
Like
he's so cute! I love this character, dude. Oh,
Give it a try.
I don't know any tunes.
Just whatever comes in your head. There you go. That's humming.
Oh, those guys are they're really. I don't like those pigs. They like to. I remember they scared away a lot of our cattle and they eat all of our crops.
Oh yes, I can imagine so. They have a certain name for them, but it escapes me. I just know they're hogs, like wild hogs. Oh, it's this way, by the way. This path.
Oh,
Do you like stories and such?
Oh yes, my grandfather told me a lot of stories and they really make me. Well, they did make me sleep really well, but.
Okay. What do you have a favorite story?
They were mainly stories about his past, but that's really all. I don't know anything else.
Okay. I like to read about different sort of creatures that don't exist. And just because it amuses me in a way. One of the more amusing animals that I've come across is a Wolpertinger.
Oh, what?
A Wolpertinger.
Oh, I don't know what that sounds. What that is.
It's like I say, it's an animal that doesn't exist, but it's a rabbit. You've seen a rabbit, right?
I know which. Yeah, they're really good.
Imagine a rabbit with antlers of a deer and wings of a bird, and that's a Wolpertinger.
Oh, that sounds really strange.
Apparently it's a sign of good luck in some. Well, if people see it, but like I said, they don't exist. But sometimes people who are kind of either far too tired than they should be, or drunk, they would see them, and some people say it's a sign of good fortune.
Oh, well, how do you know that they don't exist?
Well, because I'd imagine someone would see one eventually. I haven't come across one.
Oh.
I know that. Well, I mean, it's almost like that phrase. You'll believe something until unless a pig flies, sort of thing. Have you ever seen a pig with wings? It's kind of like that sort of thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just. I guess I'd have to see it to believe it.
Oh. I think just because you don't see something or something, but maybe they still exist, but maybe just not here in our area.
Maybe. One of my other more favorite stories is about something that's the Irish and and the Celts, often, or I guess it's Scottish now, often talk about. It's called the Fae, like spirits, not spirits, but sprites and fairies. Have you heard any stories about them?
I remember something about a fairy, but my grandfather said they were creatures that they could either be evil or good, so you had to be careful with them.
Yes, you do. Most of the books that I've read, they were tricksters. Sometimes they'll have good intentions or bad intentions. And a story that has stuck with me is a story about a group of adventurers that had wandered into the woods. And they were saved by the creatures of the Fae, the fairies. And the fairies wanted something of theirs as a thank you. And so these adventurers were a bit reluctant because it's their own stuff. They don't want to give it away, but they still wanted to thank these fairies because they did help them. So they offered their coin and their food. But then there was this one person. The person boldly said that he gave them his thanks. And the fairies agreed that was a good offering, that he would to give them his thanks. Later in the story, that self-same person was given a bowl of stew, and when he went to say thank you, his mouth was sewn shut because he couldn't say thank you anymore because he had already given it to the fairies.
Oh, it's... Oh, well, you can say thank you more than once.
To the fairies, you couldn't, because that's the thing. They're tricksters. They took it quite seriously. When he said that he gave him his thanks, he gave him the word.
Oh, that's cool.
He couldn't no longer say
I've never heard of
it
this one.
because it was already given.
Oh, that's really sad.
It kind of is, and that's what makes them kind of good and bad at the same time, because they accepted that gift despite it being almost nonsensical, but then turned it into something bad because he can no longer thank anyone. But it's kind of his own fault for trying to out-trick a trickster.
Yeah, that makes me scared. I'm not gonna talk to any fairies if I meet one.
That's partially why I'm always careful with my words, Miss Finch. I try not to say promises that I don't intend to keep, just because I always have that story in the back of my head. Because if I was to give something that I don't mind giving, and I end up losing it, then what's the point? So is it just you and your father at the farm?
Oh, no. I had my mother and then my older brother.
Did they also share that kind of same thought where you shouldn't learn how to read and write?
My mother wanted me to, but my father said no. But my brother was really, I don't know, he helped me, but he never wanted to teach me to like read or write or help maybe help take care of ooh. Oop. Maybe take care of Jake, like giving him new shoes or anything like that. That was all for men. Alright guys, I am going to go ahead and end this specific video here. The second part will be up shortly after on where they continue on with their journey and what happens after that. I didn't want this to be an hour-long video because trust me, it would have been if I continued to edit, but I'm going to go ahead and split it up. Please leave a comment or like down below to let me know if you do want to obviously know more about Alma. Regardless, I'm going to put her videos up anyways because I love her. But hopefully you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day.